And now I'm live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to John Moore's Scale Models. And it's another Friday night live stream. So tonight I'm going to cover what I've been up to. I've been up to quite a bit. I've been working away on the figures, little series there I did on building figures and getting them painted for beginners now, not an advanced one, not a perfect tutorial on how to do figures or anything like that, but it's a quick little diorama vignette thing that I'm doing for a friend of mine with the Fallschirmjäger and the 20mm anti-tank gun. So also just going to have just a general chatting away with anybody that joins me here on this. It's the Fallschirmjägers. Fallschirmjägers, yes, the German paratroopers. Hello, guys. How are we all doing? A couple of people just joined me there. I will say hello to you in a second. I'm just setting up this little vignette thing that I'm doing. I'm kind of doing a dry fit on it here just to show you what it's going to look like. I have all the parts done. I have all the parts painted and finished. So I just have to kind of glue them now into position. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wiggle the camera, if you don't mind. If you don't mind at all. I'm going to wiggle the camera around, play around with some lights and things like that. And I'm going to show you this little vignette thing. This is just something I'm doing for a friend of mine. He asked me would I make him a little kind of a thing for his desk. Okay, so he picked out the model or the figures, got them from AliExpress, and he said, "Will I make him that?" I said, "I will. Yeah, oh God, yeah, I'll do up a little scene, a little vignette with it." So I have it. I'd say 99.9% finished, and I'm fucking happy with it. So I'm hoping he's happy with it. It's just a little bit of tidying up to do. Like I said, I got to set everything in place. There was loads of super glue and pinning and all that kind of thing. But you're going to get the first preview of it. So please let me know what you think. Okay, lads? Just before I go down to it. Hello, Kevin. How are you? Arthur, good evening. Robbie B, Ian, Jake Hope. Hello, Jake. How's things? And Mr. Dave Thomas as well. You've all joined me. So I'll just bring the light over to us so we can see. And like I said, I'm going to wiggle around now with the camera, trying not to upset fucking everything. So here's the little board, okay, that I'm after doing up. Right, there is the scene. As you can see, this isn't exactly sort of the whole setup for videoing, but we'll get the light behind it there. Okay. I can't find my little turntable. The reason I can't find my little turntable is the elephant is sitting on it. That's typical. No, I'm not talking about an actual elephant. I'm talking about my model of an elephant. Okay. So he's going to let that dangle. No, let that dangle. You can have a look at my mouse there. Okay. While I'm putting this on the board, so it can swivel. Jimmy swivel. Okay. So there we go. Now, there is a bit of a shine off the figures there, I must admit, that purely from the light. If we take the kind of the light off there, just a little bit too much light on there, as you can see. Okay. There she is. Can I get moving a bit closer there to the guys? No, that was it. That's oof. What do you think of that? Do you think he'd be happy? Because you always kind of need another person's opinion of it. So let's look at the chat and see has anybody said anything about it. Let's get back to the chat everywhere. Mr. P, good evening. Peter Rogers, good evening. Joe Cowie, is that my friend Joe? Hello, Joe. How are you? Joe and I have been friends for many, 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 many years, and no school chum. We've remained friends ever since. Liam Kelly, good evening. Hope you're all well, and good evening to all. Commander Wolfman. Wow, very nice work. Thank you, Mr. Wolfman. Lovely. This is Kevin. Mr. Deldare, how are you? And Ian, looks fine to me. Yeah, well, it looks fine to me actually as well. I'm quite happy with how it's turning out. And like I said, it's for a friend of mine. It's for his desk at work when he is when he is in his office. Yes, he wants it for his office, and I have to be very nice to him because he's what you call he works for the post office, and in Ireland, the post office have a little section, and they do. He's a television license inspector, so I have to be very nice to him because I don't have one. But I'm not telling him that. But if he ever calls to my house, going, "Oh, I don't see your television license." Oh, hello, how are you? Yeah, I don't know television license. But anyway, that's that little. I wouldn't call it a gift because he's paying for it, but I'm not actually sort of charging him for work, if you know what I mean. The parts, sort of the kit itself, including packaging and postage, came to €35. Say the making up of the diorama base and all that came to about a fiver thereabouts, so that's 40. Say another fiver then for paint. So I'm, adding on a little bit here and there. So I'm going to charge him €50 for it. And I think that's reasonable enough. Reasonable enough. So also, if you've been checking out the channel, which I know you have, I just finished my little mini series on the figures. Okay, these little chaps here, the figures for beginners, and the reason I called it figures for beginners is just a kind of an entry level figure, just to make your kids look that little bit better, and also for people that are afraid of doing figures. Because I was afraid of doing figures for ages. I was trying to copy tutorials that were, say, online that other modelers were doing. And it was only after a while I realized that these guys that are doing these tutorials on doing figures they must have sort of an artistic background. So they're practically artists as it is. And they know all this blending and all that kind of thing, and they can end up with an absolutely fabulous, fabulous figure, even when you go right close up to them. And I said, I'd love to be able to do that. And I tried and I copied and did everything. And I just, no matter what I did, they ended up horrible. They ended up looking like clown figures, overdone. So I just kind of just played around with them a little bit more. And I come up with that little technique that I did, whereas you basically just do basic painting, the uniform color, face, single color on the face. No, don't stay away from doing eyes whatsoever. Don't even put in the whites of the eyes. Do nothing. It's different now when you go into the 1/16 figures. You have to have some bit of eyes in the 1/16. I'll show you now in a second how these guys worked out a bit close up. But like I said, stay away from the eyes and things like that. And then just give it a dry brush and then a wash then after that. And now it took me a while to kind of develop that little system, but I've been using it now for about a year and it's never let me down. Figures always look okay. Okay? They're not excellent. I wouldn't class them as excellent, but I class them as pretty darn good. And I'm rather thrilled with it. And I get some nice comments on my videos for my figures. Loads of people said, I like your figures, this, that, and the other. And I've often said to people, you'd be amazed how easy they actually are. And when you follow that little system that I've been showing you in the last couple of videos, copy that. It's so simple. There's nothing technical or hard or anything like that on it. So just get over there and watch those little series of videos. If you're iffy in doing figures, if you're good at figures, stay away from it. Please stay away from that video, because you'll only laugh at what I'm doing. Also, I'm doing the elephant, the heffalump, which is the Ferdinand after its refit. Okay. As you can see, it's after getting its first coat of dunkelgelb, dark yellow. Okay, so that now is ready for decals, gloss coat, and weathering. And that's about as much as I've been up to for the last week. Okay. Well, yeah, I said I'd show you the figures and the faces in these guys and how they turned out. I'm really, really happy with them. Hopefully, we can, like I said, my camera ain't the best. But as you can see, these guys have eyes, because in that scale you'll have to have eyes. But even at that, when you go close up, they're not great. But I basically use the same system, but I did use a bit more, say, used a bit of red in with just a tiny dash of red in with the flesh colored paint, and I kind of, rosied up the cheeks a bit and things like that, and sort of slightly darkened inside in those areas. And then when I gave them the eyes to the white, off-white, not pure white, off-white blob, black stripe, or actually I used blue in this case. Blue, it's just a straight stripe down, and then go back in then with the flesh and kind of cover back in around by the eyes. And you'll end up with that. And like from kind of a distance, we'll just turn the light off there, you see. From that old, like I call it, the 2-foot rule. As I said, lads, you can see why I want to upgrade the camera. But from that, you end up with quite a nice figure. Okay, and I'm happy. I'm happy the way things turned out with it. Okay, so what have you been up to? What have you all been up to this week? So let's go back to the chat, and we'll see. Has anybody said anything else? Okay, Jacob, I think it's very good, John. Thank you very much, Jake. Commander Wolfman, what's the scale, John? 1/16. I presume you're talking about this. Okay, if they're 1/16 scale, 1/16 scale figures. They're from AliExpress. They're resin figures. You get the 2 figures and the gun. Loads of little parts, no instructions. You have to kind of figure out where things go. So I got the gun made that, following following pictures that I've got online of the actual gun, and sort of kind of close-up pictures from the AliExpress, from the from picking out the gun itself. I ended up with a couple of spares, I wouldn't say spares, but bits and pieces left over, tiny little bits, nuts and bolts and things like that. I don't know where they go, so I didn't bother. And hopefully Aidan doesn't know either. But I'm happy with it. It's 1/16 scale anyway, and those figures, like in the elephant, of course, are 1/35 scale. Any look at the Leopard A7? No, unfortunately, still can't find it. It's and I have been looking. I've looked again on a couple more sites. I can get it from HobbyLink in Japan, or not HobbyLink. Is it HobbyLink in Japan? That one in Japan. But I'm not going to order something from all the way from fucking Japan, to be quite honest with you. Although I did order stuff from China. But yeah. I'll wait. I'm in no rush for it because I'll get it done next year. It's all. It won't be done till next year anyway. Like I said, I mean, I'll be finished off the elephant in the next this week, next week, shall I say? Next week I'll be finished off that. It'll be Christmas week, and then I'll be starting on the on my bomber, the Junkers. My eye, my Junkers JUE. Oops. The Junkers JU88. That'll be my next build. John is going over to the dark side. Yes, I'm going to build a plane, a World War II bomber. So I suppose when you kind of when you get a bit bored or whatever, out of your comfort zone, and this is definitely out of my comfort zone. Planes are out of my comfort zone. The last time I got the figure of going out of my comfort zone, I went and I did the F4 Phantom, and really happy with how that turned out. I don't have it here. I actually gave it to my son, gave it to him there during the week, and he's quite happy with it. Left off half the decals because there were freaking millions of them and they were tiny, and I didn't bother with half them. I did all the ones on the top, but it was a lot of the ones on the bottom. I just didn't bother with them. At least this one has an awful lot less. And then in February, then I'm expecting to get sort of January out of that. It'll probably take me a month to do the bomber, and I'll kind of drag it out for January anyway. And then for the 1st of February, then we'll have the group build, the Paul Smith Memorial group build. Get over and get yourself a kit for that. And like I said, it's in memory of poor old Paul, who passed away there recently. And we've decided to add 2 more sort of little sections onto that. If you can't get your hands on, we call them paper panzers, whether they're panzers or allied things or ships or submarines or airplanes, anything that has never gone into production. Okay, and that was the original idea. So we're sticking with that, but we've also added on anything from, if you can't get anything one, or you just don't want to do that type of thing, but you still want to kind of build along with us, anything from Zvezda or any type of submarine. Okay, the reason we're going with a submarine is because Paul was in the process of doing a nuclear submarine when he passed away. I want to thank one of my he very kindly sent me a kit all the way from America, and the postage on it was fucking crazy. I think it nearly cost about $50 in postage. When I saw all the stamps, and I said to myself, "My God, why did he go to such lengths?" But really appreciative. Really, thank you very much. Mr. James Buckingham is his name, and James sent me on a kit, and he sent me on a rather beautiful kit, and it's the kit I'm going to use for the group build. Yes, it is this. Okay, it's from Dragon, and it is the German super tank, the Mouse. Okay, 1/35 scale, and as you can see from the size of the box, it's quite large, and as you can see from the size of the people, the tank quite large as well. I have kind of opened it up and had a quick look at it. Everything is nicely packaged, but shall we say, there is just the turret alone. When even the turret on, well, it's not a turret, it's the casement on the Elephant, which was massive. The turret on that it's even bigger. It's even bigger than the turret on the casement on the Effluent. There's the length of it. So it's a pretty large item. There's the track links, individual track links, big bag of track links, and apart from that, then there's just 2 other sprues. So it's not it's not your typical Dragon kit with loads and loads of little pieces to go onto it. there isn't very much to go onto it at all. So the build will actually be quite short, apart from the tracks. But yeah, I'm looking forward to building that. That's going to be nice. And I'm going to do a rather nice paint job. I'm not going to do the paint job that's on the box art for it, because that's all hypothetical, isn't it? You know, none were actually built, and any ones that they think there was two built prototypes. One was a body and one had a turret, and it was a prototype turret. And when the Allies actually found them, they were still in the the undercoat. So who's to say what camouflage scheme went onto it? So I can make up one, yes, and make up decals. You know, as in use sort of my decal set from there. There is a couple of decals with it, so I'm going to make it up and do something nice. I'm thinking of actually doing, say, do you know the 4-color camouflage? In other words, using the jungle gelb, the dark yellow. Stop calling it jungle gelb. The dark yellow, the red brown, the green. But I'm also going to put in a bit of black as well, sort of like the 4-tone NATO camouflage type thing. Who's to say that they wouldn't have developed that type of camouflage? It's the next step up from the tree color. So it's 4-color. So I'm thinking of something along those lines when it comes to camouflage. Why not? Why not? It's like I said, it's all hypothetical anyway, because they were never built. They're never put into production. So this will be my version of it. And that's the great thing about doing, say, paper panzers and things that never went into production, because you can play around with them and do what you want to do with them. And I think that's a great idea. Also, anybody that wants to do a bit of kit bashing, make up their own tank all together, they can do that. So that's quite good. I also want to talk about the Facebook page. So get over there and join the old Facebook page. There's some right good stuff there on the Facebook page. A couple of people have put up some really fabulous work. There's I'm just getting it up here because I want to get the chap's name and I want to get it right. It's important to get the old names right. But this chap, he did 2 cockpits. He's in the process of doing 2 cockpits, but he's a pretty bad back injury, and he said he won't be able to get around to getting them finished for the time being. And but he did the cockpits, and my God, the work in those cockpits is absolutely unbelievable. Really is. The detail in it is absolutely fabulous. Get over there to the Facebook page, AMSM on Facebook, and get yourself a look at those. And because it is really, excuse my French here, but it's fucking top notch. Really, I'd love to be able to sort of have the patience and the skills to do what he did there on just two cockpits. Unbelievable. And it's 1/48 scale as well then. So there he is, Richard Stelik, Stelik, Stelik. Hope I pronounced that right, Richard. But wow, that is absolutely unbelievable. Get over there and have a look at that. And if you're not a member of the Facebook page, join the Facebook page. I'm sure Don or myself will let you in, and get over there and have a look at various little bits and pieces that people are putting up. And some comments are really nice from people. People have been very nice with their comments on that. I do post on it myself the odd time, but it's more really for the subscribers of the YouTube channel and for yourselves, and just to sort of post your own work and let us know how you're doing, and little things like that. We'll get back onto the chat again. I don't want to kind of let it run away from me. Where are we? Here we are. Boom. Right, Liam Kelly. They look good, John, and enjoyed watching the shows on them. Yeah, the figures, like I said, if they're really for beginners and for people that are afraid of doing figures, because they can be kind of a bit daunting. They can frighten people off. You can sort of say to yourself, "Oh, I don't want to chance them because they're going to look horrible." And with my simple way, you'll get them looking okay. You'll get them reasonably respectable. That's all you want. You know, none of us are experts. Well, there are some out there, but I'm not one anyway. John, how are you? John Mason, good evening. Commander Wolfman, thank you. Don, how's Don? How are you? Don is my main moderator there on the Facebook page. So Don is he's, shall we say, my sergeant at arms on the Facebook page. He's already removed one or two people. He's removed comments there during the week. So be nice with your comments, or Don will sort of pull out the sheriff's badge and do his business. Arthur, how are you? I like the Dio 1/16 scale figures do require attention to detail. They can, because you can see them. You can skip on 135 and been looking for that 28mm squeeze bore gun in 35th scale. Yeah, I've never seen it 1/35th scale. I've seen it all right mounted on is it the SDK have said 252. I think there's one on that. I have one there. And I think, excuse me now, I'm back. I have one here, and I think it's basically the same gun. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, that is the same gun there on that. Right. If I pop this one up, because it's not glued in yet, I can do this. And it's the same gun. You know? Exact same gun. So there it is in 1/35th scale. I haven't actually seen it as a standalone piece, but like I said, there it is. It's on the that is a 252, isn't it, or is it 251? I can't even remember now. I made that little joke. I can't remember. I think that was the ICM. That's the ICM kit. Nice little kit. I have the memory of a goldfish. So when it comes to things like that, I forget half the stuff, and especially when it comes to technical names and things. I have it lost while I'm even doing it. Ian, I've started the SDK. I've said 223 radio car from Tamiya. Nice little kit. Is that's not the Africa Core one with the they give P for the cover, is it? Because I did one of them. I'm not sure which one it is, and it's got the hard area that goes all the way around. You know, it sort of built up here. It goes all the way around like that. I was wondering what it was for years until I found out it was an aerial. Not sure, is that the thing? Tell there a wingy thing. Yes, I'm doing a wingy thing, going over to the dark side. I'm planning on doing a British Sherman after Christmas, just waiting for the decals to arrive. Yeah. Thing about the decals for British Shermans is most of them used the they kind of adopted the star as the go-to Allied marking. So really, it just comes down to, say, the small decals, but the big decal really would be the Allied star, unless it's, of course, it's you're doing it in the desert from one of the early Shermans, and then you probably have to try and get specific decals for that. But go off and buy the there's Sue could do a lovely Firefly. I'm the reason I'm saying that is I've been kind of looking at it and I'm thinking of doing it because I got a couple of Shermans in different variations, and I want to do that one. Commander Wolfman, 1-to-1 scale, John's eye. Yes, that was a 1-to-1 scale eye. And that was my good one. Just bought the Tamiya Brumbar that we built a couple. Which I built a couple of years ago. The Brumbar, yes. Do I have it there? Or is it downstairs? It's downstairs. My Brumbar is downstairs. That's a nice kit. That is a nice kit, the Brumbar. Figures with it are lovely, actually. There's some nice little figures with that Brumbar. That's if it's the Tamiya one. Yep, the Tamiya Brumbar. Read it, John, read it. Liam Kelly says, could the Badger FV217 tank destroyer be part of the group build? Haven't a clue. That's something you just have to check it out yourself. If you went into to say general production, as in, if there was more than 25 of them made, then no. If there was under 25 of them made, and it was used really as a sort of a test bed, something that they kind of half rolled out and saying, "Oh, we'll go with this," and then once they wrote it, went no, changed their minds and things like that. Then most definitely you can. Okay, and that's kind of the guide. 25. If there was more than 25 of them built, after that, they've kind of got into production after that, really. No, I'm not being specific on 25. There was 26 of them that made. We're not going to kind of kick you out for that. Mr. Sausage Fingers, how are you? Had a great gift of work collie today. Sorry, he gave me a model kit that's been in his cupboard for over 20 years. It's a 135 M60A1 Rise Passive Tank, US Marines. Nice to get free stuff, isn't it? I love getting free stuff. Can't beat it. Esquire me, hi all. Hello, Mr. Esquire. Arthur Marinelli. I broke down a 0.5 meter dio into 3 small dios, and I'm looking at ESCI French resistance fighters as part of the smaller dio with a blacksmith shop in one wagon from ESCI's wagon convoy. Yeah, that ESCI. I have an ESCI kit there. I don't think I showed it last week. I showed you kind of a rundown of what I've left in my stash, and I think that I think it's the FT17. I haven't even looked in the box. Man of Wolfman, I got the mouse kit. It's the beast. Yes, it is a beast, and it looks quite a nice kit. If it came with rubber tracks, you'd kind of be a little bit pissed off, to be quite honest with you, because there isn't that much of a build there. So to make the build good and interesting, it's got the Indie-Link tracks, and I like that. I like putting them together, and I think there's only sort of 2 or 3 parts per link, so it's not as bad, say, as the Abrams that I did there with the 7 pieces per link. That was a bit of a enjoyable, but it did take quite a lot of time, and my fingers were getting sore from cleaning off parts. Nicky Barr, is it Barr? Do you sort of pronounce the G? Barr. He's from America. Hello from the US of A. Whereabouts are you, Nicky? America's a big place. It's like saying, hi, I'm John from Europe. About the same size. So Nicky's from the US of A. Sausage Finger says, hello, Nicky. Hello, Nicky. And a Merry Christmas. And a Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. And a happy holidays to anybody that doesn't sort of celebrate Christmas, because it is a Christian thing, and there are other religions out there, and but we all celebrate the holidays, and you've been a sort of a season of being nice to each other. Like I think the Jewish have Hanukkah around this time. I don't think there's any Muslim holidays around this time. Eid is just over. Ramadan is in the middle of the summer kind of thing. But merry holidays and have a nice time to you out there. Brian Lomo, what was a mouse? What would it look like? If that was a mouse, what would the cat look like? Yeah, I think the bigger one from the mouse was the Ratta, wasn't it? And there's another sort of paper panzer with the Ratta, which was bigger again. So I can imagine what the kata is. Kevin Egan, he's doing something with a bit of fun. Exactly, Kevin. That's the whole point. Just go mad. And there's an excuse to do it. That's the great thing about it, isn't it? You have an excuse to go off and go do something stupid and mad. And you can say, "Well, why are you building that for?" Oh, it's for a group build. There you go. Jacob says, I think they started building a few after trials, but the factory was bombed out by the RAF. Fucking thing jumped to me again. There we are. Oh, fuck's sake. Here we are. I think they started building a few, but after trials, but the factory got bombed out after the. Well, yeah. Jake, I presume you're talking about the mouse. Yeah, they think they had all this when they went into the factory or whatever. A lot of the steel and a lot of say components made, but there was not actually sort of finished, and they never went into production. So works perfect for the group build, and all the E series tanks as well. They were all they would have been 1946 if the war had kind of continued onto there, and the Germans could get sort of enough steel and that kind of stuff and copper and all the other components needed for making tanks. But the whole E series would have been quite awesome. Jacob, one of the things that were left are a few half-completed hulls and turrets. Yep. Liam Kelly, they are stunning seeing them. I presume, Liam, you're talking about the mouse again, is it, Liam? You've seen the few bits that have been left over. I'd say they're quite impressive, all right, and quite massive. Yes, that's the same gun on the 252 ICM kit. That's it, yeah. Thanks, I will keep an eye out for it. Yep. There you go, Arthur. It is a nice kit. It is a lovely little kit. I got sent that by one of my subscribers, and he sent me some figures with it as well. They were quite nice indeed. DM Vinyl Nawa Tamia Zest Droga. Don't know what that means. Sorry. John Mason, if you have the memory of a goldfish, it's superior to mine. It might be a different type of goldfish. If my friend Joe Cobby's out there, it might be a Blackmore. I think they're a little bit more intelligent than the ordinary goldfish. New Tamiya is too expensive. Yeah, I find that. I found it that, like, they up their game, but also up their prices. Because I bought the Nash horn there, I think it was a year or two ago. Beautiful kit, absolutely beautiful kit. And it comes with figures, loads of little accessories, and then spare rounds and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, pretty pricey. Brian Daniels sent me a picture of a little man. Common Road Junction. Hey all, hello, Mr. Train Man. Are you going to join us in our group build and build some weird kind of train, or sort of take a couple of trains apart and put them together and make a weird one? You're always late, sure. You wouldn't be a trainman unless you were late, would you? Brian Daniels, hey John, Common Road Junction again. How is everybody? Brian Daniels, nice elephant, by the way. Thank you very much. He's a quite impressive trunk. Common Road Junction, I'm getting the E50 for the group build. Yes, nice one. So you're not going train wise. You're going into armor, and you're getting the E50. Nice one. Fair play to you. Brian Daniels, I'm going to be busy all winter. Oh, is that busy doing models or busy work wise? So you won't be able to do models. Hopefully it's no matter which one. Because if it's work-wise, then yay, because it's more money than for building during the summer. And if it's building kits, then yay, because you're building kits. So being busy it's a good complaint, a good complaint. Paper panzers, don't forget the P1000. Yes, there are fecking loads of them out there. So, like, I think if you anybody's ever been to the Tank Museum, I want to go. That's in Bovington in England. I would definitely want to go. They have tons of them there, as in experimental vehicles. They're absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You know, like when you think of it, even Little Willie would be a paper panzer, because they never went into production. They only built the one. So, although can you get a kit of Little Willie? I don't think I've ever seen one. I don't think I've ever seen one. But it would be nice one time if you were into your World War One stuff, or you were doing, you had your shelves around the room and you were doing a nice display, and you were going from start all the way up to modern tanks. World War One, World War Two, Korea, Vietnam, and Cold War, and the whole way around, and coming up with things. You'd have to have a Little Willie in there. Women will always say you have to find a place for a Little Willie. There we are. Barely have to touch off this feckin' mouse, and the thing jumps. Sausage fingers. I'm fairly new to modelling. The kit my colleague gave me is a manufacturer called Gunzo Sangyo. Can anyone enlighten me? Has anybody out there ever heard of Gunzo Sangyo? I've never heard of them. But hopefully somebody has, and we'll get a comment below as we move down along the the chat here. Ralph Bresnia, fine. Pretty late over here. Good evening to everyone. Good evening. How are you? Brian Daniels, just so you guys know, I have Parkinson's, and I challenge myself every day. Oh wow! I'll tell you, if you're still building models with Parkinson's, quite a close friend of mine has it, and it is not very nice. So you do have my sympathies. It's not a nice thing to live with, but wow, you have to kind of keep going. So fair play to you, Brian. Stick with it, and it's like this: when you can't, you still have the interest in it. So wow, fair play to you. Ralph, it is group build. Yes, group build. I have a Facebook channel linked, and a Facebook page linked to the YouTube channel. Okay, get over to Facebook. It's JMSM on Facebook. So get over there and join. And on that, I have a group build coming up. It's starting on the 1st of February next year. And basically what it is, it's Paul Smith Memorial Group Build. Now, Paul Smith he was one of my first subscribers on the Facebook page. He's been a follower here on the YouTube page for quite a long time, and he passed away recently, unfortunately. So I've decided to dedicate the group build to him. Okay. And what the group build basically is it's a paper panzers. Now, what paper panzers is, if you don't know, is any vehicle, right? When we've included ships, because there's not only just armor builders here. I'm 90% an armor builder, but ships, planes, cars, trains, anything at all that has never got into production, full production. But you can get kits of them, like the mouse here, right? You can get kits of them, but they never went into production. So anything like that, or if you want a kit bash, and kit bash basically is where you get loads of different parts from loads of different kits, put them together and make your own, and you can make up your own paint scheme and God knows what else with it. And if you don't want to go down that line, anything from Zvezda or any submarine, because Paul or Paul Smith loved Zvezda kits. He loved the series I did on Zvezda kits and things, and he was also building a submarine at the time, so that's where kind of we included him in that. So it's a pretty broad-ranging group build. There are no prizes, just a pat in the back from me and a pat in the back to yourself. I did good in that. Post your pictures up then on the Facebook page, and it's just for fun. The whole point of my YouTube channel and the Facebook page is just for fun, for the amateur builder and the people who build for fun, the hobbyists. Okay, so there you go. Is it Ralph? It is. Yep, Ralph. There you go. That's what the group build is all about. Sausage fingers. Try to hear that, Brian. Yeah, yeah. Liam Kelly. I'm going to call you Luke again. I've got Liam. No, the pictures on the cockpits on Facebook. Oh yes, sorry. Yes, that was to your looks fabulous. Thought you were kind of complimenting me there for a second. Yeah, they are fucking brilliant, aren't they? They're really, really good. That is some fabulous work there from Richard. Absolutely brilliant. Common Road Junction, yeah, I was looking at getting the Tamiya M10 Achilles, and it's a little more expensive than the others. Well, I'll tell you, that M10 Achilles is a lovely kit. There she is. Less cobwebs, of course. And you get some nice figures with it. Okay. They are nice figures with it. There's the M10 Achilles. That's the Tamiya kit. Yes, it was a little bit more than I was expecting to spend for what it was, but an absolutely beautiful kit. Beautiful fit on everything. Really, really nice kit. Well worth building. Beautiful bit. Beautiful fit. So there you go. Boom, boom, boom. Brian Daniels again. Yeah, but I build some of the most challenging kits out there. Yeah, fair play to you, Brian. Kevin, John, the group builds hold on, there we go. John, the group builds we need to post, or do we need to post? I hope that's what you meant. Do we need to post stage by stage pictures on Facebook or just the finished model? Anything you want to. If you want to do step-by-step photographs, show us step-by-step photographs. Tell us exactly what you're doing if you want to. Do a blog or vlog or whatever they call it. And just, what do they call it? Step-by-step. Write up on what you want to do. Or if you just want to show us the final thing, that's up to you. It's all up to you. Okay. It's a group build with very, very, very little rules. Very, very little. Till there. I take it there will be no stream next week, Christmas Day, etc. Yep, there will be no live stream Christmas Day. I might. No, I won't. I was going to say I might do one Christmas Eve, but no, that's family time. It's family time for me anyway, because you've all seen Abby, and you can imagine me spending an hour up here chatting away. I won't get away with it, not on Christmas Eve. Too busy. But we'll figure out something anyway. We'll definitely be on the following Friday. HM Scale Modeling, hi from Cologne in Germany. Hello, Mr. HM Modeling. Watched a lot of your stuff. Really impressive. Don Nickel. Sausage. Sosag. Nice comment there, Don. Common Road Junction, yeah, Covington is great. You mean, I'm presuming Bovington. Where are we? Stop. that mouse is too sensitive, far too sensitive. I know you can do something. There must be something in the computer settings that I can reduce the sensitivity of the mouse, but that would be getting technical, and I don't do technical. Like I'm looking forward, like when I'm upgrading my systems here. As some of you may know, I'm kind of begging, cap in hand, and out with my little paper cup. I've got a GoFundMe page there. On the link is in the it's on the Facebook page, and I'm looking for donations to sort of upgrade the system, because I'm working here on it's a Microsoft LifeCam. Oh, it's okay for this, face to face kind of thing. But when it comes down to, say, doing videos, the color isn't exactly great. The focusing is very bad on it, and shall we say, the video quality isn't up to a decent enough standard. Now, I'm not looking for a professional standard, but I'm looking for a decent enough standard of it. And I've, through quite a lot of research and things like that, I've picked out a camera that I want to get my hands on that is ideal for, say, still photographs, and also it's okay for the videos as well. It's an entry-level DSLR. It's Canon EOS 2000D. They're around €500, and I also want to upgrade the my computing side of it, and I want to get a proper like I bought it recently. I made a big mistake. I bought a Chromebook rather than buying a laptop, so I want to kind of change that out, and I'd buy sort of get somebody local that can build computers. I found somebody that can build me a computer. That all I want is basically internet access on it, but I also want the computing power so I can download video editing software onto it, and then I can put clips together and things like that. So just make the experience better for you guys, and I won't spend most of my time cursing about the equipment, and video quality will be much improved, and you can see what I'm doing. And once I can do sort of clips together, it's much easier for me then as well to show what I'm trying to do. Like with those figures, I could have it all done in one nice video, rather than stretching the living daylights out of it and doing it over 5 videos. Like tonight's video went up, and all I was doing was just showing the finished article, but I couldn't have done that last night, included in it, because the parts were still kind of wet and the full effect hadn't kind of come through yet. So I want to thank anybody that has donated already. Thank you very, very much. I've so far raised about €220, so I'm kind of halfway there to getting the camera side of it anyway. So I want to thank everybody for that, and I'm sort of between the few bob now I get next month off Facebook. Or not Facebook, but off YouTube. I usually get around £100 thereabouts every 2 months, so I'll be adding that to it as well, because I have a couple of kids to keep me going. So I'll be adding that to it as well. So I'll be about 300. So hopefully anything I get over Christmas, and then I'll bring it up, and hopefully then in January, when the January sales come in, I'll be able to pick myself up a decent camera. So that'll be phase 1. So at least the camera quality will be good for further little clips I'm doing. And then phase 2 then will be the computer side of it. So I want to thank anybody that has donated already to that. It's GoFundMe. And like I said, the link is in the Facebook page. It's on the Facebook page. And I also have on the bottom of my videos lately, you might have noticed, I'm putting up what is this? It's there's that old goldfish brain again. Oh God, brain just goes. You ever get that brain fog? Totally forget what you're talking about. It's the I've got it up here. Come on, John. Get it up. PayPal. Yes, paypal.me /John Moore 61. and you can sort of also kind of help out that way if you're so inclined. And also then on the live streams, there's a little button down the bottom of live streams, apparently, that you can kind of donate through that as well. I think there's a button that you can clip on them. So, all helps and all goes into the channel. Like, believe me, the money I get from YouTube and things like that so far since I've started, everything goes back into it. Everything goes back into the channel, and it's all like it's a hobby. I mean, I'm not like say that there's YouTubers there that literally make a living out of this kind of thing, but they've got millions of subscribers, or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Anyway, if you ever go into it, you will notice that they've plenty of subscribers, and plenty of views as well, and that's what builds up your YouTube money. So it's not exactly something I'm going to make a fortune out of. I don't want to make a fortune out of. I'm doing it as a hobby. I don't want to do it as a job. I find I even said it, if it ever became a job, I'd probably go off it. You'd probably stop enjoying it when you feel that you've kind of have to do it. And the fact that I don't have to do it, that's why I probably enjoy it so much. It's because it's my hobby. It's my little break from reality. Where are we? There we go. Let's get back onto the chat. I'll just make a copy of that first. Take that up into the copy. Oh. Okay. So anyway, let's get back into the chat. Fort Benning is a great collector of arms. Yeah, I've been watching. You won Sophie Lynn and also the Chieftain. They've been doing a kind of a little walk arounds there in Fort Benning, and I think it's practically quite similar to the Tank Museum. Sort of same kind of idea. Some great videos on YouTube for reference. If you want to get reference. Pictures and things like that. There's plenty of information there on YouTube. When I pick out a kit and I go to build it, I'll always look at a good couple of videos first on the real one. Then I might look at, say, other people's builds and then build. That's how I do it, and YouTube is an absolutely fabulous resource for that. And the reason I started my channel was because there was nobody kind of doing it on the not so rivety counter side. There's loads of people there that will say, "Oh, I'm not a rivet counter," but then we'll go off into cutting parts off to make it look, to make them more like the real one. And that to me is kind of a bit rivet countery. I've nothing against rivet counters, nothing at all against them. I think they're absolutely fabulous. To take that much attention to detail, I think, is absolutely brilliant. But it's not what I do. And I know that there's loads of people out there that build just for fun, and they're quite happy to build out of the box. They're quite happy to paint, say, camouflage patterns that not exactly perfect, but don't care because they get their enjoyment of it, and that's what I am. And I just thought it started off as me kind of sharing my work, and now it's kind of more of promoting our style of builders. We're hobbyists, and there's a couple of people there on the Facebook page, and they are wow. They're competition winners, guaranteed. Well, their stuff is competition winning quality, and fair play to them, brilliant. But with me, eyesight's not the best. Sausagey fingers, not quite as detailed and things like that. I don't spend a fortune on super paint brushes and things like that, and I don't really have the steady hands anyway. So I use cheap paint brushes. I use make my own washes, things like that. I'm quite happy. And if I pick up any hints and tips along the way, I'll share them along the way as well. Okay. So we're getting near the end of it now. It's gone 10:05. So I just want to finish up the last of the chat there. Don Nickel sausage fingers that make is great for planes, very detailed and complex. No, there you go. That's an answer to that weird group or weird manufacturer that nobody's ever heard of. But obviously, Mr. Don has got it. It looks like an expensive one with lots of white metal armor plating to be fitted. Oh yeah, why not? That's probably why I never heard of it. All that expensive stuff. Although, if anybody's been watching Andy's Hobby Headquarters lately, there's a couple of really nice kits coming out from Border Models. Now, I have looked on the only place I could find in the Doom is E-Models Doom, but they did. I can't remember which one it was, but it was in a wood. It comes in a wooden box, and there's a new one out now, and it comes with a cutting mat. So they're giving me nice little bits and pieces, little kind of free gifts, shall we say, with them, and they look very nice quality as well. The Border Models, so that's one to watch for the future. Now, are they a new company? And that's what they're kind of giving up, because I know I've never heard of them until recently. Now they could have been out for years, but I've never heard of them. Arthur Marinelli says Gonzo Sango was, if memory is close, one of the original high-tech kits of the 90s. Some of their molds were taken over by Dragon. Now, there you go. A little bit of history there from Arthur. Thank you, Arthur, for sharing that. So they were sort of high-end stuff, high-tech kits. Very nice, very nice. So you were lucky there. Nice, fair play. Getting a nice little present of that. Roma Victor Ice for IPQR Facebook page is great. Yes, it is. It really is. Really friendly and some absolutely fantastic builds. Yeah, without shadow of a doubt, some absolutely fantastic builds. Like I said, I rarely share on it because, anybody that's sort of member of that would know the YouTube channel anyway. So anything I share on that is pointless sort of showing to you all over again. But I do, like today now, I posted up a couple of pictures there of the figures because I was quite chuffed with them. HM scale modeling is called Gunzi Sanyo, not Gunzo. It's a manufacturer like Tamiya Hasagawa, etc. There you go. Don Nickel, Richard Selleck is a master builder of jets, particularly the Phantoms. Oh, that's for sure. And he's been a model of the week several times. Yes, he has been. Some quite really fabulous pictures there on the Facebook page Richard has put up. So and unfortunately he's after damaging his back at the moment, so he's got to kind of take a break. He's got to spend sort of if he's sit or stand for a half an hour, he's got to lie down for an hour after it. So it's not. There's some people out there that are building, like Brian there, that manage to model despite the whatever ailments and things. But fair play. Commander Wolfman, is there a model of the Mark IV and female type? There's also the Whippet, yes. I don't find it a little willy in model form, but someone has 1/72nd scale. But I can't see much else. Sorry. Yeah. Can't get a model for my little Willie. Brian Daniels, I do it for fun. I always have. Yes, and that is the main thing. Just do it for fun because, it's a hobby for us. We're not trying to be, supers. So I'm just going to finish off the chat then and finish it off here. Brian Daniels, maybe if you're good, Santa will bring you one. Common Road Junction, yes, Bovington. Brian Daniels, I used to be a member of the IPMS. Yeah, I was going to join that, but it's from what I've gathered, they're full of people that are. If you're not technical, you're not in, and they don't really seem to care too much about the hobbyist. They're geared more towards sort of competitions and that kind of thing. So it's not really my thing, but I've nothing against it. Like I said, there, my wife got me the Tacom Jagdpanther G1 early with interior for Xmas. That's a nice one. That's a nice kit now. That'll keep you busy. That'll keep you busy. Full interior in that one. I have somewhere around 30 or so trophies, Brian. Fair fucks to you. Absolutely fabulous. Greatest respect. Greatest respect. And fair play. Dave Thomas, good night, John. Early start in the morning. I work myself in the morning, I must admit. I have the Tiger. Good night, Dave. Devil Dare. Nice kit, Brian. Brian Daniels. The M1A2 with interior. Oh, nice. I'm into that, John, I presume. Liam Kelly, we started putting picture of my models. I've been loving the replies I've gotten and started making models on first lockdown, loving the hobby. Fair play to you, Liam. Brian Daniels, Tacom Tiger with interior comes from the Tiger at Fort Benning. No, there you go. Is that the Tiger 1 or the Tiger 2? I have the RMF Sherman on the bench right now with full interior. Wow, I'll tell you, Brian, how the hell are you doing that? That is so freaking good. Really, really is. Is that time again, John? Dog walking. We'll see you again. Have Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. And to you and your family as well. Night, happy Christmas to Wall. Yes, same here. Blah, blah, blah. T34. So we're getting near the end of it now. John Paul, hi to Wall. Arthur Marinelli, good night. So that's it, lads. I'm going to finish up 10:15, a little bit later than normal. But thank you very much for joining me this evening. Chat has been flying, plenty of chat there. And I've enjoyed tonight, I must admit. I enjoyed tonight. So I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah to anybody else, and happy holidays, like I said, to anybody that is not necessarily a Christian. So enjoy yourself anyway. Don't eat too much. Hope you all get lovely gifts and presents. Hope you're all looking after your families and be nice to them. And I'll see you all again soon. Take care and go out and buy yourself a kit or get a present of a kit. Build it and enjoy it. I'll see you soon, lads. Take care.